we are going to discuss some definitions related to RC integration and some basic results. First, we will start with this short statement. If a bounding function f defined on given interval a b, R is integrable, then we write n belongs to strict R alpha. This is R but not capital R. It is called strict R. So we create n belongs to strict R alpha. Where strict R alpha is all R is integrable functions. So whenever f is R is integrable, we say that f belongs to strict R alpha. Now we are going to define certain terms. First term is refinement. We say that partition P star of given interval AB is a refinement of a partition P. If P star contains P, that is P is subset of P star. So naturally P star is the larger set and P is the smaller set, such that all the points of P is contained in P star with some more points in P star other than those of P. Common refinement. Now what is common refinement? A partition P star of given interval AB is called a common refinement of two other partitions P1 and P2 if P star is equal to P1 union P2. Now we are going to discuss a theorem related to refinement. The statement of the theorem is, if P star is refinement of P, then UP of alpha is less than or equal to LP star F alpha, number 1, and UP star F alpha is less than or equal to UP alpha, number 2. Now we are going to prove. First we prove number 1, this one. We are here to prove LP alpha is less than or equal to LP star F alpha. These are the two partitions P and P star. So first we suppose that P star contains just 1 point more than that in P. This is the partition P, which consists of the points x0, x1, x2, xi minus 1, xi, xn, and P star contains x0, x1, x2, xi minus 1, x star, xi, xstar lying in this interval between xi minus 1 and xi and xn. So this partition P star consists of just one extra point x star other than those in the partition P. Let this point be x star, where x star lies in between xi minus 1 and xi. Let W1 equal to greatest square bond of fx, where this x lies in between xi minus 1 x star. Between these two points, this x lies in between xi minus 1 x star, and W2 is equal to greatest square bond of fx, where x star is less than or equal to x, is less than or equal to xi, that is this x lies in between this half, x star and xi, x star and xi. Let mi equal to small mi equal to greatest square bond of fx, where this x lies in between xi minus 1 and xi. In between these two numbers, xi minus 1, xi. Now we want to write the expression LP of alpha. This is equal to sigma small mi delta phi I to 1 to n. Now what will happen to the expanded form of this? If I is 1, this will be equal to m1 delta alpha 1, and delta alpha 1 will be alpha x1 minus alpha x0, and so on. Then I is I, it will be mi, and this will be multiplied by alpha xi minus alpha xi minus 1, and so on. For last term of I, when I is equal to n, it will be mn times alpha xn minus alpha xn minus 1. Now what will happen to LP star alpha for this partition? All the terms of LP alpha beginning with m1 prior to this will be same in LP star alpha also. So if it is sigma mi delta alpha I, the first term will again be m1 times alpha x1 minus alpha x0 like this and so on. Now what will happen at this stage? At this stage it will be split into two parts. In this part the lower bound is W1 and in this part the lower bound, its lower bound is W2. So it will be W1 alpha x star minus alpha xi minus 1, alpha x star minus alpha xi minus 1 plus in this part it will be W2 times alpha xi minus alpha x star, alpha xi minus alpha x star and so on. Now we are going to subtract 3 from 4. We want to find LP star F alpha minus LP F alpha. So now what will happen on subtraction? If you subtract 3 from 4, we will be left with only 3 terms, this plus this minus this, underlined. Because all other terms are similar terms, they will cancel out. So now 4 minus 3 implies LP star F alpha minus LP F alpha. This will be equal to W1 alpha x star minus alpha xi minus 1 plus W2 alpha xi minus alpha x star minus mi, this time alpha xi minus alpha xi minus 1. On bifurcation, we get W1 alpha x star minus W1 alpha xi minus 1 plus W2 alpha xi minus W2 alpha x star minus mi alpha xi plus mi alpha xi minus 1. Now we want to write this step in the form of W1 minus mi and W2 minus mi. Because what will happen? Mi is the greatest lower bound of this in this subinterval of fx for the partition P. But in terms of partition P star, this is further subdivided into two subintervals xi minus 1 x star and x star xi. And W1 is the greatest lower bound in this part, that is xi minus 1 x star of fx, and W2 is the greatest lower bound of f in this part, that is in the subinterval x star xi. So we are putting it in the form W1 minus mi and W2 minus mi. So first we use these two terms underlined. On taking common alpha xi minus 1 minus alpha xi minus 1 minus alpha xi minus 1, we will be left with mi minus W1 minus mi. Minus is already outside the bracket. So if you put common minus alpha xi minus 1, here we should be left with W1 and here we will be left with minus mi. And from these two terms on taking common plus alpha xi, we will be left with W2 minus mi, W2 minus mi. Now the remaining terms are W1 alpha x star minus W2 alpha x star minus mi alpha x star plus mi alpha x star. Actually these two terms have been added and subtracted to make it again in the form this alpha 1 minus mi, alpha 2 minus mi. So right in this step we add and subtract a mi alpha x star and minus a mi alpha x star. We have added here and subtracted. So now what will happen? It remains minus alpha xi minus 1 w1 minus mi plus alpha xi w2 minus mi, and then we take common alpha x star from these two terms plus alpha x star. On taking common, we will be left with alpha 1 minus mi, and from these two remaining terms, on taking minus alpha x star common, we will be left with w2 minus mi. So now we have complete the expression in the form either w1 minus mi or w2 minus mi. Now taking common alpha 1 w1 minus mi from these two terms, we will be left with inside the bracket alpha x star minus alpha xi minus 1, and on taking common w2 minus mi from these two terms, we will be left with under the bracket alpha xi minus alpha x star. Because both w1 and w2 are greater than or equal to mi, so w1 minus mi will be positive, w2 minus mi will be positive, alpha being monotonically increasing function. So alpha x star will be greater than alpha xi minus 1, alpha x star will be greater than alpha xi minus 1. So this is positive, and alpha xi will be greater than alpha x star. Alpha xi will be greater than alpha x star. So this expression is also positive. So this is positive, this is positive, this is positive, this is positive, and in between there is positive sign. So it is greater than or equal to 0. That is all together it is positive. It means LP star f alpha minus LP f alpha is greater than or equal to 0. That is LP star f alpha is greater than or equal to LP f alpha, or LP f alpha is less than or equal to LP star f alpha. Similarly, we can show that UP star f alpha will be less than or equal to UP f alpha. On the same footing, if you proceed like this, we shall get this result also. Okay, thank you.